You know, when it comes to the world of pharmaceutical manufacturing, compliance isn't just some box you have to check. It's literally the foundation of patient safety and, let's be honest, business survival. But keeping every single system in a validated state, that is a huge challenge. So let's dive into this and see what the data is telling us.
Wow, 79%, that is a massive number. A few years back, this was the percentage of drug GMP warning letters from the FDA that all pointed to the same recurring problem, a problem that puts companies at some serious risk.
So what is it? What's the common thread that's weaving through so many of these critical warnings? What is the one thing that regulators are absolutely zeroed in on? And there it is, data integrity. It's the single biggest compliance hurdle out there. We're talking about making sure that data is complete, consistent, and accurate, from the moment it's created to the moment it's archived. When that chain breaks, everything else gets called into question.
Now, all of this falls under a big umbrella called GxP, which stands for Good Practice Guidelines. Think of it as the fundamental rulebook that makes sure products are safe and effective, all the way from the lab to the pharmacy. And guess what's right at the heart of it all? Yep, data integrity.
So how in the world do you get a handle on such a massive, widespread problem? Well, today we're going to explore a modern approach by taking a look at a platform called Secure GxP. It was literally built from the ground up to manage data integrity and access control in these really demanding environments.
The whole mission behind a solution like this is to flip the script on compliance, turn it from this painful burden into a real advantage. How? Well, first, by hardening systems so nobody can make unauthorized changes. Then, by centralizing all your policies so nothing gets missed. It also creates these tamper-proof audit trails for inspectors, and, this is huge, it monitors everything in real time, even for machines that aren't connected to your main network.
Okay, that sounds great on paper, but how does it actually work? Let's pop the hood and break down the engine of Secure GxP into its three core pillars.
It all really comes down to these three key functions working together perfectly: securing the system, constantly monitoring it for compliance, and then managing every single machine from one central spot. Let's start with security.
First up, system security and hardening. This is all about prevention. It's about locking down your systems so they stay in that perfect, validated state and stopping those unauthorized changes that cause data integrity problems in the first place. And this gets really specific. We're talking about applying over 50 different security policies, things like blocking access to the command prompt, shutting down USB ports, or even stopping someone from changing the taskbar. You can control exactly which apps can run and lock down those critical system files so nothing deviates from that validated state. But you can't just set it and forget it, right? And that brings us to the second pillar: proactive compliance monitoring. This is where the platform basically becomes your digital watchdog, 24/7, constantly checking to see if any system has drifted from where it's supposed to be. The real magic of this monitoring happens the moment an auditor walks in the door. Instead of that frantic scramble for data, a key feature here is generating an inspection-ready PDF report with just a single click. You can prove compliance on demand. And I mean, these reports are incredibly detailed. For any machine, you can pull a report that shows every single policy deviation, comparing what the value should be with what it currently is. It even tracks if and when the issue is fixed. This gives you that clean, gap-free audit trail that inspectors absolutely have to see. Okay, the final pillar ties it all together beautifully: centralized machine management. Think about it. In a complex pharma environment, you've got machines everywhere, in the labs, on the manufacturing floor, even remote laptops. This pillar is what brings order to all that chaos. And we're not just talking about management, we're talking about instant management. A recent big update was integrating a technology called SignalR. The easiest way to think about it is like an instant messaging system between the main portal and every single machine. It creates a true, real-time connection. No more delays. So the bottom line is, you get immediate control. You can see the live status of every machine, and more importantly, you can send commands instantly, like forcing a policy sync or even restarting a machine to fix a problem. And of course, every single command is logged, keeping that audit trail perfectly complete. So we have these three really powerful pillars. But you might be thinking, how is this really any different from the traditional IT tools a lot of companies already use, like Microsoft's group policy? Well, that's where we get to the GxP advantage. When you put them side by side, the difference in philosophy is crystal clear. Traditional tools, they're often super complex,
built for IT experts, and usually only work on machines inside the company network. Secure GxP, on the other hand, is designed to be user-friendly for compliance teams, and this is the real kicker, it provides unified coverage for all machines, including those standalone, out-of-network systems that are so often a huge compliance blind spot.
At the end of the day, a tool is only as good as the impact it has on the people who use it. So, what does bringing in a platform like Secure GxP actually mean for the different teams inside a pharmaceutical company?
For the quality and compliance teams, it means audits become way simpler and a lot less stressful because those perfect audit trails are right at their fingertips. For the IT department, it's less administrative headache thanks to centralized management. And for the folks in leadership, it translates directly into less compliance risk and better business continuity. It's really designed to get everyone on the same page.
And this isn't some static tool either. The platform is constantly evolving based on new regulations and what customers actually need. You can see it right here. From the main release in August 2023 to huge upgrades like that SignalR integration just a few months later in January 2024, there's a real commitment to keep making it better.
This quote just kind of nails it, doesn't it? It perfectly captures the ultimate goal here. The whole idea is to completely shift how we think about compliance. Instead of being this expensive, reactive chore, it becomes a proactive, streamlined process that actually makes the business stronger.
And that really brings us to what's next. The future for a platform like this involves things like advanced threat detection and automated compliance checks. And that brings up a pretty critical question for any organization out there. Is your current compliance strategy just about checking today's boxes, or is it truly ready for a future where compliance is proactive and even automated?